Hello, I'm Carly from Learn English with Carly, and Happy New Year to you all. This is our first video of 2025. How are you? I'm sure you're familiar with the verb let in English. However, do you know that there are many phrases using let or let's? Let's is short for let us, that we use in everyday English. How many do you think you already know? It's important that we learn and practice the following 15 expressions with let and let's if we want to understand everyday English, and then that we try to use some of them in our spoken and written English. I will share a variety of sentences with you to show you how we use these phrases in real, everyday British English and in different tenses where appropriate. Your homework is to write a minimum of 4 sentences to me using these phrases with let or let's today. I look forward to reading your work. Now let's cut to the chase and get started. Our first expression with let today is something that you will likely know from a very, very famous Beatles song, Let It Be. If you let something be, you accept a situation as it is without trying to change it. You've done all you can, so just let it be and see what happens. Sometimes you have to let it be and trust that things will work out. In the end, Gail decided to let it be and move on with her life. My dad told me to let it be and not worry about it anymore. Now be sure to subscribe to Learn English with Carly if you haven't already. It is my aim in the next few months to increase the amount of subscribers by at least 200 to 400. So please feel free to share the channel with as many people as you can to help me reach my target. Now, if someone says to you, let me know, they want you to inform or update them about something. If you need any help with your English learning, just let me know. Let me know when you arrive at the station. If anything changes, please let me know as soon as possible. Let me know what time works for you to meet up. I'll be in town next week, so let me know if you're free. Have you ever let the cat out of the bag? If you let the cat out of the bag, you accidentally reveal a secret or disclose information that was supposed to be kept confidential. I have a friend who has a habit of letting the cat out the bag. She wasn't supposed to tell anyone Becky's news, but she totally let the cat out of the bag. William let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. I hope she doesn't let the cat out of the bag before the announcement. I tried to keep it secret, but someone let the cat out of the bag. If someone uses the phrase, let's cut to the chase, it's a slightly rude way of suggesting that someone gets to the point of a discussion without any unnecessary details. We don't have much time, so let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. What's the main issue here? It's getting late. Let's cut to the chase and finish this. Let's cut to the chase and figure out how to solve the problem. Now, our fifth phrase with let's today is one that you likely already know. Let's go. This is used to suggest leaving or starting an activity together. It's a beautiful day. Let's go for a walk in the park. Let's go and grab some lunch. I'm starving. Let's go before it gets too late. Let's go to the cinema tonight. There's a great film showing. If everyone is ready, let's go and get in the car. Do you have an expression in your first language that suggests that we should forgive and forget past disagreements? In English, we can say, let bygones be bygones. After our argument, we decided to let bygones be bygones. It's been years since the incident. Let bygones be bygones and move forward. I think it's time to let bygones be bygones and focus on the future. We've both made mistakes, so let's let bygones be bygones. Now let me think what phrase we should look at next. Let me think is used to indicate that someone needs time to consider or ponder something before responding. Let me think about that for a moment. Before I give my answer, let me think it through. Let me think back to when we last discussed this. Let me think of a good example to illustrate my point. Do you enjoy letting your hair down? This is a great phrase. It's very visual. To let your hair down states that you like to relax and enjoy yourself, often after working hard. After a stressful week, Eva loves to let her hair down at the weekend. At the party, everyone was ready to let their hair down and have fun. Eva decided to let her hair down and dance the night away. Do you ever let your hair down? Have you heard of the phrase to let sleeping dogs lie? This means to avoid interfering in a situation that could cause trouble or reignite old conflicts. I think we should just let sleeping dogs lie and not discuss the matter further. It's best to let sleeping dogs lie. Stirring up old issues won't help. Clarissa has learnt to let sleeping dogs lie when it comes to family disputes. Another very visual phrase with let's is, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. This means to deal with a problem only when it arises, rather than worrying about it beforehand. I'm a bit worried about the project deadline, but let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. We might find a solution on the way. Don't worry about how we're going to pay for the new car just yet. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's call it a day is a phrase used to indicate that something is finishing and we are happy that enough has been done. I'm tired. Let's call it a day. We can finish this tomorrow. It's getting late. Let's call it a day and head home. Let's call it a day. We've made good progress. It's been a long meeting. Let's call it a day. And let's call it a night is used to suggest ending an evening's activities and going home or home to bed. It's getting late. Let's call it a night and head home. John, you've had plenty to drink. Let's call it a night. We've done enough work for today. Let's call it a night and continue tomorrow. Let's call it a night and get some rest. Have you ever jumped to conclusions before you know the full story? Let's not jump to conclusions is a phrase advising against making hasty judgments without sufficient evidence. Let's not jump to conclusions. We need more information. It's easy to assume the worst, so let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not jump to conclusions. There might be a reasonable explanation. Let's not jump to conclusions until we hear both sides of the story. If two parties have different opinions but want to move on from their discussion or argument, then we can use the phrase, let's agree to disagree. I respect your viewpoint, but let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree and move on to the next topic. I understand your perspective, but let's agree to disagree for now. Let's agree to disagree. It's okay to have differing views. And our final phrase with let's today is, let's see. We use this to indicate that we will check or consider something before making a decision. Let's see if we can find a solution to this problem. Let's see how the team responds to the new plan. Let's see what the weather is like before we decide to go out or not. I'll check my schedule and let's see if we can meet up next week. Let's see what options are available before making a choice. And to combine two of our let's phrases today, let's see how this plays out and not jump to conclusions. Which one of these 15 phrases with let or let's is your favourite? How do you plan to learn, practice and use these phrases? Now it's time for you to do your homework. Let's see what you have learnt. I look forward to reading your minimum 4 sentences using phrases with let or lets that we have covered today. As always, I hope that you have found this English video lesson useful today, and I look forward to working with you next time. Take care. Bye.